Hello and welcome back. Utterly Geek Social Hour for the week, second week of October 2018. Don't know why I suddenly did that. We never introduce stuff that way as it is.
Hey man, it's a new thing, so why not?
Hooray! Well,
Yeah.
yeah, this is the second time we're doing it. I really enjoy this new format. I don't know about you guys. You can kick a comment to us. Let us know how you like it, how you don't like it. We can file one in the hooray bucket and the other one in the trash bucket. It's fine. But we're here to talk about games, movies, entertainment that we have reached and touched over the past week and how we feel about it. I've been playing a lot of that Forza Horizon 4, guys. And Forza Horizon 4 is real fucking good.
That's like
real fucking good.
that's like the arcadey
Yeah.
version
If
of that series, right?
It feels a lot more like Burnout than it does anything else, except the cars don't crumple like a tin can. Like they still get real fucked up, but they don't crumple so much. And they've done so much about this game to make it super accessible and super great. So the entire premise is that the Forza Horizon Festival is an excuse for all of these motorheads to get together and start racing and doing a bunch of stupid bullshit all across the countryside. But like the way this thing constantly rolls out things to say, hey, you're doing a great job, it's just a constant feedback loop of you're getting shit. So you get these skill points for driving recklessly but pulling it off and not smashing into like a wall or another driver.
Yeah.
And those are points that you accumulate to upgrade your cars. Each car has its own like skill tree to fill out, which will give you bigger combo bonuses, longer streaks. Like some of the dune buggies will give you more points for getting airtime, that kind of stuff. So you're constantly trying to figure out, oh, well, what do I want to dump my points into? This, that, the other thing. The really cool thing is that it's really easy to acquire cars. You're constantly getting in-game currency, which you're using to buy. You can buy houses, which are like safe houses that give you clothing or some sort of a perk. Some of them have a car behind them. That's the only way you can get that car. It's basically a place to go and tune your vehicle.
I like how there's clothing when it's like you're driving.
Yeah, so that's actually a new feature apparently, is that you have an avatar and you can dress them up, and I look like a real monster right now, and I need to fix that.
Right.
I have a blue pleather jacket, a blue sparkly bowler hat, pajama pants, a springtime sweater. But I just unlocked an epic chicken suit, so I need to wear that. I need to wear that. But when you buy cars, you can customize it however you want, either in parts or like paint jobs. But they have the whole social aspect of other people design the look of your car, and you can just download what people are putting up and sharing. So I have a Mini Cooper Type S that I found in a barn that got fixed up. It's the same car from the original Italian Job. Someone made Mr. Bean on the side of it in a perfect rendition.
Oh, awesome.
So every time I sprint over the finish line, it does this huge slow-mo thing, and Mr. Bean's face just slides in. It's perfect, and it makes me so happy. But that customization drills down even to like tuning your car. So it's Forza, so you still have the whole, adjust your gear ratios, your tire pressure, all of that shit that I don't give a fuck about. But someone can make a really good tune of their car and then upload it, and I can go, okay, I want to make this car a little bit faster, and I bought all the parts. What are the best tunes out there? Oh, this one will jack up my horsepower by like 20 because they knew how to tune it. Just do that. Just do that to my car. Just make it better.
Yeah.
So I have a Reliant Robin that currently can go, what's it at? Like 175? Like this goddamn thing is it's a straightaway drag race monster. And the Reliant Robin is a 3-wheel vehicle. It's a car with just a front tire. So you cannot turn this fucking thing unless you get the stupid bicycle training wheels to install on the front of the car, which I have. It's just a wonderfully gloriously stupid thing, and I only just made it to the live servers. So now I'm getting to these events that are called Forzathons.
Mm-hmm.
As you're playing every hour on the hour, they'll announce a new Forzathon. You have 3 minutes or 5 minutes to get to the starting place. So no matter what you're doing, the game will notify you, hey, Forzathon's starting. Hit X to track it. So you've got to race your ass all the way over there, and then you see everyone else that's currently connected in your game world rush over there. Just a collection of jackasses pulling donuts and shit until it starts. As soon as it starts, everyone who's in that area gets the first objective. Everyone races to it, and everyone contributes to completing it. So the last one I did was a speed zone to start off with. So there's 2 markers on the road, and it tracks your top speed through that zone.
Mm-hmm.
So as you're going through, you as a collective need to accomplish so much top speed. As soon as you complete that, objective 2 pops up, and everyone rushes the fuck over there. And that one for me was, oh, this big danger jump. So jump this river over and over and over again. You have to get it in accumulated so much distance.
Mm-hmm.
And then the third spot was a speed trap, which means build up however long you want. Just hit your top speed when you cross this point on the road. You finish that, you get 30 Forzathon points, which you can redeem in the Forzathon store for like cars, horns, hats, like stupid bullshit. But like the top tier car is 300 Forzathon points, and if you do all 3 of them as a group, you get 30. So it's really easy to obtain things.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that made me concerned when I was playing the demo originally is this thing called the prize wheel. Stop me if you've heard this.
Best value?
You hit a button and a big thing spins around and you randomly unlock a thing. This is the only way to get clothing for your character, which is purely cosmetic. There's nothing to do with the clothing. And then there's a super spin, which spins 3 wheels at a time. And
oh boy.
You can't buy these with cash. You only unlock them through playing the game. As far as I can tell, the only microtransactions are like buying the Bond car pack and a couple of other DLC car packs that they already have out.
So like the Rocket League method, kind of.
Yeah, pretty much. Like there's no other way to get those cars other than paying cash for them, which I'm okay with because there's literally hundreds of cars already in that game.
Yeah.
So I don't. It just grabbed me in a way that most car games don't, that haven't in a real long time. And they've got these big showcase events, the ones where you're like racing a train or racing a jet or something stupid. But as soon as it goes live and you hit the live servers, you get one that is the Halo experience. And it's literally Cortana calling you saying, Chief, we gotta do a thing with the stuff. You rush over to the beach and you get a real life warthog.
Oh Jesus.
There are banshees and pelicans flying overhead. They convert the map into basically a Halo map. You see the Halo in the distance. It's really fucking cool.
Video games.
Yeah, it's like fuck you. I'm a car game.
Yeah.
The only thing that kind of sucks is that the warthog doesn't drive like a warthog. It drives like a car.
It doesn't slide around like it should.
Oh, it slides around like it should, but it doesn't control like Halo controls. It controls like a car game controls.
Gotcha.
That's the only thing that I'm like, yeah, I get why you didn't do it, but I'm a little sad that you didn't do it. But yeah, Forza, fuck, man. If you're looking for a good car game, Forza's real good. It's real fucking good, and I'm shocked that I'm so into it. I gotta get some time in there because the season's gonna change come Wednesday. Right now it's in autumn. Come Wednesday, I think logically it should become winter, but who knows? It could become summer. Because I went from spring to autumn, so who knows what the fuck.
Yeah.
But those are material changes when it's shifting seasons, surprisingly. Like, autumn and spring are very different in how wet and squirrely the roads will get. It's really fucking good.
Nice.
Other than that, for some reason, I got real into BurgerTime again on the NES. This is the classic arcade game where you play the chef, Peter Pepper,
Right.
stepping across the burger ingredients to make the burgers at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
It's real fucking good, and I can't. Have you both played? I know Steve's played BurgerTime.
Oh god, yeah.
Have you
I
played
love
BurgerTime,
BurgerTime.
Wally?
No, but I did watch Troy Baker and Nolan North with their retro replay. They did that game.
Can you send me that link? I really I need to watch that.
Their series in general is fucking awesome, and I highly recommend watching those. They're long. I mean, they're like 30 minutes because sometimes they go on a real tangent sometimes, but sometimes they
Giant Bomb. So
right. So, but yeah, retro replay is wonderful. Yeah, I'll send you the link later with them playing BurgerTime, and it's pretty fucking great.
BurgerTime's real fucking hard too. Like I
Yes.
can't get past level 2.
Yeah, they took a while to get to.
Actually, if you look up Game Grumps, Ninja Brian is. They claim that he's a world record holder in BurgerTime. There's a video of him getting to like the 4th or 5th level
Nice.
of that game. It gets real fucking hard.
Jesus.
But the existential question that I came across while playing BurgerTime again after so long is Peter Pepper human-sized, making giant burgers, or is he a tiny man making regular-sized burgers?
Yeah, that's true. What's chasing him? I'm trying to remember what it was.
Oh, okay.
Salt
So
and
in level
pepper.
1,
Oh,
it's,
that's right.
no. Salt and pepper are your weapons.
Oh yeah,
Sausages
Oh, yeah.
are chasing you. Eggs are chasing you. Once you get to level 2, pickles start chasing you. It's an existential horror.
Because of
Yeah.
course.
And if they're chasing you, but they're also standing on the ingredient that you're trying to knock down, you knock it down while they're standing on it, they ride it down and it drops multiple levels.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you get bonus points and get better at Burger Time. Burger Time's great.
Mm-hmm.
Spend some time. Play Burger Time. Play some Burger Time. That's really all I've been playing is Burger Time and Forza.
That's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, it's real good games. Send me that video. Send me that video.
Yes, I will.
I've been watching so much Burger Time too. I don't know why.
Nice.
Jeff Gerstmann recently, on an edition of the Jeff Gerstmann home game, played through every possible version of Burger Time that there's been. And there's been some weird, like, crossover shit. There's a Game Boy Flintstones Burger Time. Yeah, I recommend that video.
I guess that would make sense only because it's like it's Flintstones, so it's like maybe they're serving burgers to the dinosaurs, so they're like fucking huge.
The dinosaur burger. Yeah, I don't know who they're. Yeah, I don't know who's eating the burger in that case.
That would be my logic to that. Like maybe they're. Serving...
My logic was it's a burger made of dinosaur,
so
okay. They're feeding it to the town.
Okay.
But both are valid. Again, existential horror of tiny men making your regular sized burgers.
Yes.
Come on, Peter Pepper. That's his name, Peter Pepper.
Yes.
Anywho, what have you guys been up to?
With Odyssey coming out for Assassin's Creed, I was like, man, I fucking haven't played Origins in like over a year. So maybe I should fucking dive back into that game because some people are saying it's more or less of that, but some are saying that it's better. I don't know. Like some people are saying the story and RPG elements are better in Odyssey than Origins, but like I'm like,
see, I've heard the opposite.
Yeah, like I don't know, it's a really mixed bag with that game, and you know, like there's for me that game with Odyssey, like what put me off was the microtransactions that they did with that, with the whole like XP boosters and shit, like. All of that stuff, I was like, no, I'll just gonna fucking, I'll just play more of Origins, thanks.
Yeah.
Which before I started playing, I saw it was like 27 hours logged in and only 50% complete. But that was also when I was like really exploring everything and checking every little fucking nook and cranny of that game. But now I'm kind of going into it just like, just, just be back in this world and kind of just do whatever. Have no real goal other than just wandering around and just like completing side quests. But yeah, I put like 3 or 4 more hours into it, which like bumped me up like another 3% or so. Nice. In that game, there's still like so much of that map that I haven't uncovered yet. It's still like a lot of it is so fucking covered, but a lot of those destinations show like what level you need to be in order to cross that area. So yeah, I don't know. It's still an Assassin's Creed game, and I still enjoy it because I feel like that team that worked on it like put a lot of effort into it. Because that was the Assassin's Creed game where it was like, hey, fucking, we need to stop making this a yearly thing and kind of really spend some time on it. And it really shows with Origins. Like, they really took some time to really make it, like, make their engine better, make, like, a better story, and include the RPG stuff in there, and their whole loot system, like their Diablo-esque loot system, like all of that stuff. And it's well implemented all together. So, and probably my favorite main character since like Ezio, honestly, like he's really fucking, yeah, he's just like really charismatic, and I don't know, like some of the shit he says is really funny too. Like I got to a moment in that game recently when I was playing over the weekend where it was such a video game moment because it was, I don't know if it was like a timed side quest or something, because I know that sometimes happens in that game. But there was like there was a moment where it was like I went to go stand in a certain area to trigger it, and like a meteor comes crashing down on the earth, and you go investigate, and it brings you into a temple, and then it's like this puzzle that you have to solve at this like nearby shrine. And once you get it, it's like all these fucking light beams firing into the sky. And he's like, am I firing that off to the gods? He's like, oh no, what have I done? Like, kind of thing. And he starts panicking. So he's like, all right, I'm going to go investigate the temple. So you go into the temple, and it's the most fucking Final Fantasy thing that happened in that temple. And I say that because you go inside, and it's like, there's this guy in this digital like glass cage thing, and you touch it and it explodes, and you go and hide after you like activate this thing. And it was this guy that was dressed in like modern clothes or like futuristic clothing. He like steps out, and then meanwhile up in the sky, it cuts to the sky, and there's this fucking like something from straight up from like Bayonetta, this angel looking dude with swords spinning around him, fucking fires all these swords into the temple, lands all around this guy, and the guy looks up, and he just like fucking flies through the roof of the temple, joins the angel in the sky, and they take off, and you get a new sword, a new shield, and a new mount, which is very much looks like a fucking Chozo from Final Fantasy. And Chocobo. And
Final Fantasy Chozo is something I want to see now.
Yeah, right.
Like bestows fucking Metroid armor on.
Right. But it was all this, and I was like, this is the most fucking, like, I don't know if they're just parroting Final Fantasy, because that's what it seems like what they're doing right here. But like the fucking sword looks like has some engine parts on it, and like all this other weird shit on it. It looks like very mechanical, like instead of like a regular sword. And
yeah, you might have just sold me on actually going back to that.
it was just like a very video gamey thing, and I was just like, sure, whatever. Like, okay.
That's fucking weird. I wonder if Ubisoft kind of planted that as a, hey, here's a thing that we might want to do in the future, or just as like, fuck it, let's get weird with it.
Well, yeah, because they have in their store, because the only microtransactions that are in that game is to buy certain packs, and one of them is called like the Weird Pack or something, and it basically the weapon that you get is a two-handed double-sided sword, but it's skinned like a oh Jesus, I just lost the word for it. Cotton swab. So it's a giant fucking cotton swab that he's holding. Your mount is a unicorn. And I don't remember what clothes he's wearing, but it's
all this tracks.
But I think
historically accurate.
I know, and that's why like some people were like, "Oh, we want to be historically accurate," but I look at those packs, I'm like, "Fucking man, they just went weird with it."
You can be both. I mean, you can be both super weird and historically accurate at the same time. I mean, look at Metal Gear Solid.
Oh yeah.
Simultaneously fucking weird and historically accurate.
Yeah. I think that's the way to my personal opinion, I think that's the way to go. Unless you're like really straight up telling a historical like you want to tell a 100% historically accurate game or story in your game. Like I think especially with Assassin's Creed, I mean, I haven't played Assassin's Creed in a very long time, but I think with that game, the way that they set it up, I mean, it's meta. So why wouldn't you want there to be weird shit in there? You know, why wouldn't you want there? You be like, because it's them basically playing a game in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So you're in a computer program. So why wouldn't somebody program something weird in this computer program? You know, so I think those little touches are really cool, and I'm like the way that Wally's saying. I think I'm interested to play Assassin's Creed Origin now too.
It sounds like now is the time to play that because you'll get it for cheap. We know it's a good title. Like, yeah.
And it looks fucking good still. Like, I mean, some of the lip syncing is still off, but I mean, it's a fucking open world Ubisoft game. They can only make that so. They can only do that so well.
Yeah. And by all intents and purposes, that sounds like a really good one of those.
Yeah, exactly.
I picked that up last year, but I hardly put any time into it. That's a problem with buying a game at Black Friday. Is that you're not going to have any time to get into it. And by the time you do, you forget you gotten it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Every time I buy a game from Black Friday, I have another game that I've already set aside that I definitely want to play. But I buy that game because it's cheap on Black Friday.
Yeah.
And then it just sits there, and then, you forget about it, and you just never fucking touch it.
Here's an idea. Stop buying things on Black Friday.
Seriously.
For yourself.
Yeah.
It's a good day to buy stuff for other people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I've been playing a bit of that. Just been kind of having some kind of filler game, I guess. Just like jump in, dick around, do whatever. Like, because I mean that's just always what the Assassin's Creed games was. It was just like it's just like always like a filler game. You just go around, do things, not really care, just kind of chill, and you know you'll unlock a couple things. You'll get some regions. Maybe you'll get a little bit more story, but overall, it's just a game where it's like, I'll just throw on and play a little bit of.
That's why I've been playing so much Forza. Exact same reason. I toss it on. I put dick butt on the side of a van. I giggle at myself, and then I drive away.
Yeah.
Dick butt is the reward that keeps giving.
So besides that, I mean, the usual. I mean, more Spider-Man, PUBG. I will be playing Overwatch with the Halloween event because those are usually pretty fun.
I think we all will.
Those skins are looking fucking good, and I'm totally gonna buy Wrecking Balls. Like,
all right. So what's the big backlash against Farah's? I think Farah's looks kind of cool that she's an animated set of armor.
There's backlash for it.
Yeah, people are pissed at it for some reason. They think it's lame.
Okay. Whatever. I think probably because it's like
that's the best way to react.
My thought is probably because it's like that pose where she's holding her helmet is the only time where you see that she's not actually doesn't have a head, and she's just Because I mean that was the first thing I thought was like, well, she's usually wearing the helmet in game anyway, so why? But okay, I guess.
It's a whole Full Metal Alchemist thing. Once you know it's empty, it's a lot cooler.
Right.
The thing I found lame was Widowmaker's.
I didn't see hers yet.
It's just called Spider. And it looks a little different than her standard.
I'm a spider.
I'm a spider. Unless it turns her grappling hook into a spider web, that would be cool.
They might run into some issues there with that.
Would they? Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. Shh. Hey,
she's a lady.
Speaking of Spider-Man and Spider-Man things, I saw Venom this past weekend. Actually, just last night.
Yay or nay?
I say. Yay if it's on like Netflix. I personally don't think it's worth a theater admission. It's the usual run-of-the-mill origins story where it's like, did they really need to have a love interest in there? Like, and they try to like humanize him, and it's like, no, but he's supposed to be a villain, dude. But like, I guess, you know, people don't like watching an asshole for 2 hours. Like, they'd rather have someone who's more humanized, and it runs into the same problem of like Suicide Squad, where it's like, fucking Will Smith's character was like, oh, I can always get my kill, and fucking I'm a murderer and I kill people all the fucking time. Oh wait, but I have a daughter that I care about and I'm doing this all for her. It's like, yeah, cool, but it's still murder, man. Like, yeah, I don't know. Story-wise, it's like, it's so run-of-the-mill stuff, and even the shit they do at like the post-credits, like, I kind of rolled my eyes because I was like, yeah, it seemed like this is where it was going, but it was like literally a thing where it was like the character looked right at the camera and was like, sequel, guys, and it was just like, oh, Christ. Okay, you guys had issues fucking trying to get this movie out, and you're planning a sequel anyway. Like, good luck, Sony.
Yeah. I hate it when they plan sequels for things that are unproven.
Mm-hmm.
It always comes off as lame. You never tell the full story that you want, and it always feels kind of half-assed because we'll fix it in the sequel.
Yeah. But I mean, that being said, like, I did really enjoy Tom Hardy, and with him and the conversations with him and Venom was super entertaining. Like, just Venom in general was really well implemented. Like, they did true to him. Like, they didn't change a lot of how Venom was, which is really great. With it being a PG-13 movie, like, I know a lot of people were like, oh, it should be R because, you know, it's Venom and he fucking eats people. Like, he eats their fucking brains and shit. Like, he eats the heads of people. It's like, okay, I get that. And it does do the PG-13 thing where it's like, he'll go to bite, but the camera will cut away. And you
see the shadow.
You hear the chomp and everything. And then he's like, oh, you know, whatever. And they do that a couple times. So you do, like, it's implied that it's happened, but I guess like recently the director was like, oh, I'm surprised that people wanted an R rating, and it's like, dude, like, did you not see like what the fuck this character's all about? Like, of course it should have like a fucking R rating, and considering we already got movies like Deadpool 1 and 2 and Logan, like those were R-rated movies that did very fucking well. And they, like, because of their rating, it didn't hinder anything.
I've heard a couple interviews with Tom Hardy where he's just totally bummed about this movie, where he pretty much came out and said they took all the best scenes and then cut them.
Yeah.
All the scenes that he was proud of and, like, really excited to be a part of, they fucking left them on the cutting room floor.
Which I'm sure they'll do some stupid, like, fucking extended edition or some shit and have all those scenes in there.
Oh, you can bet your ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of sad. I wish they would have treated it more like just a standalone movie and just tried to make like a good movie instead of just anticipating that it's gonna do well, which it is doing really well. So, I mean, it's most likely gonna get a sequel. But yeah, I wish they would do. I still want to see it, just because of what I've been hearing about Tom Hardy's performance and how it is very entertaining and worth watching. But yeah, I've heard most people that I've heard say stuff about it are kind of like you, Wally, where it's like, it's entertaining, it's fun, but it's not like overall. It's just the story's not too great, and
it's cookie cutter. It's cookie cutter.
Yeah,
it's shit that you've seen before.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely wanna. I still want to see it though. I might go. I don't know. I might. I have to find an excuse to go though.
Right.
There's
group
really.
of people.
I mean, there's really not any other movie at the theater that I care to see right now.
Yeah.
So
I
want to see First Man.
First Man.
I'm curious to see that.
This weekend or next weekend?
It might already be out.
I don't think so.
I don't think it's out yet.
No, because Venom was like this past opening weekend.
Yeah, no, it's
Venom
this
and
weekend.
The Lady Gaga movie there.
Oh yeah.
That's supposedly really good.
Yeah, no, First Man's this weekend.
Okay. There you go.
Thursday night at 8, 7. I guess that would be 10 o'clock East Coast time, so.
Yeah. Yeah, so I saw that and then watched on Netflix as part of my Road to Spider-Man 2.0 of working out so fucking much. But then I was like, hey, I'm curious to see this movie because I like so many people that I talked about it. They were like, hey, have you seen this documentary? And I was like, no, I haven't. Maybe I fucking should. And I watched it on my rest day. It was Pumping Iron. It was interesting. It was like, you know, when you're first... I've realized when...
Give me the elevator pitch. I've not heard of this movie.
Okay, so it's a documentary all about the whole Mr. Olympia like competition. Like, and it's kind of like heavily revolving around Arnold and like and his like his basically like ongoing fame of the Mr. Olympia weightlifting competition or whatever. But there are other competitors that, you know, they have their own little time in. But they have fucking Lou... oh, Jesus, why can't I remember his name?
Lou Albano?
No, the one who...
Mario himself?
Lou Ferrigno.
Yep, that's the one. They have
Hulk himself.
Yeah, they kind of focus on him for a bit for a while, and like how his whole rivalry on Arnold, and I thought that was kind of interesting, just seeing like, I don't know, it's really weird because it's one of those things where it's like these people have rivalries, but they're also working in the same gym together. So it's like, but they're also helping each other out as well. So it's like so weird because it's like
it's friendly competition.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I mean, some of them prefer. I mean, Lou always kind of preferred working in his own gym, but like, you know, what?
Listen to you, Lou.
Well,
you know him.
Well, I mean, I'm just
my buddy Lou.
But I mean, he always was working alone in his own gym and didn't want Arnold to be there because they even showed a point where once they traveled for the destination, they were still working out like just before like they were doing like their preliminaries and all that shit. It was like while he was working out, Arnold was fucking giving him some shit because like every time like Lou would like he would be grunting really fucking loud, like at every rep and everything. And there was a point where Arnold's like, "Did you say something, Lou?" And he's like, "What?" And he goes, "You're loud." He's like, "You're really loud while you work out." He just shit like that. He does so. So I mean, you know, he kind of like messes with him, but like that's kind of why like some of them kind of prefer their own gyms. But yeah, it was like some other amateur lifters like tell their own little tale, so they get their own little spotlight. So it's kind of weird because it's like when you first start that movie, you're like, this is fucking weird, just seeing a bunch of dudes like all showing their muscles and shit. But like by the end of it, you're like, man, what's gonna fucking happen? like I really want this guy to win or this guy or whatever. Like, it's kind of weird like how that transitions, but it's also very 70s. Like, and I mean in the way where it's basically all of the soundtrack is more or less porno music or porno like music. It's like
awesome.
Which is hilarious because it's like they're showing all these dudes who are like fucking greased up and shiny and muscly, and it's like kicks in the fucking porno music, and you're just like, Jesus Christ. Like, I mean, you know, hey man, it was the 70s, so whatever. But no, I found it kind of interesting as far as like, I don't know, finding out some of these people and what they go through, and some of their stories and all the rivalries and shit like that, and how Arnold's always dicking with people because he was like at the time the 6-time consecutive winner of Mr. Olympia, so he was like, he had every reason to be fucking cocky, but I mean he's still like friendly at the same time, so yeah, I don't know, it was pretty cool. I recommend it as like a, if you want to give it a shot or curious a little bit.
Nice.
And that's about it for me for last week.
Awesome. Steve?
Okay. I will talk about... Let's see. Well, I've only played games that I've already talked about, which are Spider-Man and Hollow Knight. So I don't really want to talk about them very much. Actually, not at all, because I don't really have much to add about them. But I guess I'll talk about things that I've watched.
Sure.
I just recently watched Halloween, which I mean, I've seen that movie before, but I just want to say a little bit about it because it's, if you haven't fucking watched it, it is Halloween time, so watch it because it is just a really well directed and fun fucking horror movie.
Did
like,
they recently remake that?
Yes.
There's one coming out in like a week or two, I think.
Yes. Yep.
Actually, this Wednesday.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
It's a sequel. It's a direct sequel to the 70s Halloween, but it's still called Halloween.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there was past the Rob Zombie remake, and then
oh yeah, that's right.
Which I haven't watched.
Yeah,
but
this is supposedly supposed to like ignore all the shit that basically happened. And it's just like, no, this is the sequel, the true sequel.
Yeah.
To the 1970s Halloween.
Cool.
But yeah, I watched that, and that it's just really well done. Especially, I mean, it's John Carpenter, so you're getting an amazing soundtrack, and you're also getting some really technically amazing cinematography. Just like from when he did that, he experimented so much with film and the way that in techniques to shoot stuff like that, and there's just a lot of awesome like feelings that you're in Mike Myers' shoes, and like just cool angles and long shots of, I really like the shots where you like see Mike Myers in the background, like just a little tiny creeping dude just looking and staring. They're just so fucking funny. Yeah, it's just like, I don't know, there is a general like comedic sense about it. There's like a really iconic scene. I don't really want to say anything because if people haven't seen it, I mean, yeah, shame on you. It's been a long time, but still, it's like such a good scene, and it's so fucking comedically good that I don't want to spoil it for people. But yeah, check that movie out. There's a lot of just like the beginning scene is really well done. It's like all one take, and it's Mike Myers as a child walking through like a house and becoming the murderer that he is, or becoming the crazy dude that he is. And yeah, I highly recommend it. And then I binge watched through the first season of Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Nice.
For nostalgia's sake, and oh my god, it's not good, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's like one of those things where it's like they're like overall okay. There's some really good episodes and a lot of like I don't know like it's just nostalgic and it's just that 90s cheese.
Oh yeah.
You know, it is so silly. The music's horrible, but there are some cool like ideas and stuff, and there's some really creepy moments for a kid show. Yeah, I've been enjoying that though.
But that's the thing, right? Like, I mean, it's written as a kids horror show, so obviously, like, when you're grown up, you're like, this is fucking like, dumb. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I've been doing that, but I've also been like, this is fucking dumb, but I love it. Type thing. Yeah. Where it's like, oh my god, this is so stupid, but I can't stop watching.
Yeah.
I fucking love this. Yeah. It just, and I've been laughing and just really stupid. I really like I don't know if it was the first episode, but I think it was the first episode. But it's about he goes into this like little thing and he has to grab the clown's nose or whatever, but then the clown like is alive and chases him. And
I think I remember that out of the like very few episodes of that show that I watched. Yeah, I think I remember that one.
He like goes into the fun house and he takes the clown's nose and the clown like
springs to life.
Doesn't spring to life then, but it like comes to his house or whatever. Like the clown likes cigars. So whoever, Zebo, I think the clown's name was.
Oh my god.
That's good.
He's like cooking something in the microwave, then he opens the microwave door and it's a bowl of cigars in the microwave and just like silly shit like that.
That's awesome.
It's just so stupid.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I've been enjoying it and I'm gonna keep binging.
So I was
the second season.
I was doing some Googling. That show ran for a decade.
Yeah.
1990 to 2000.
Holy shit, man.
And it's coming back next year.
It's coming back, yeah.
Wow.
October 11th, 2019. They have the date announced and everything.
Jesus.
Yeah. I was looking up. I became curious because I was like, there had to be some popular actors who did this, who were in this. I think.
Oh, please. Oh, please.
Ryan Gosling was in an episode. Shit, who else was it?
Was it Hayden Christensen in one of them?
Hayden Christensen was in an episode, yeah.
Oh, man.
There's a couple other big ones, but I can't think of who it was. Oh, yeah, the girl from Firefly. Shit.
Summer Glau?
No, not Summer Glau. The one who plays the technician.
Oh, yeah.
Kaylee.
She's Kaylee. The actress who plays Kaylee. She was in a couple episodes, and yeah.
Great. Great. I love that. I love Goosebumps. Goosebumps is god awful, but it's magical to go back and watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Jesus.
So really getting into that Halloween vibe. The nice October. Actually, a lot of the premises for Are You Afraid of the Dark episodes are so fucking similar. It's like, oh shit, they accidentally built that house on a cemetery.
Again.
That's why it's like literally like 4 out of the 7 episodes are that.
When will those contractors learn?
It's all just Poltergeist over and over and over again.
Yeah.
See what they do is they just tear down that house and then they build a new one on it, and it's just a new story.
That's
shit.
Literally
hopefully these idiots
happened.
don't figure it out.
Yeah, that's the headstones. That's really the new stuff that I've been doing.
Well,
Nice.
awesome, and you've given us our cover.
Oh god.
Yes.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, the Midnight Society.
Oh god.
Submitted for the approval of
Throw the
Midnight
dust into the
Society.
fire.
I remember doing that shit when I was a little kid too.
I mean,
Like,
yeah,
you
if
sit
you've
behind
seen
the
that
fire
show,
and
if you've seen that show, you
had
fucking
to.
done it. You fucking done it at a
making up the
bonfire.
worst fucking ghost stories, like submitted for the approval of the Midnight Society. The tale of the stinky farts. And then you just
Hey,
tell
that's
stupid-
me.
Yeah.
Whap. Oh man, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, I think that'll wrap us up here then.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week. You hang out. You have a good time this weekend.
Oh yeah.
Watch some scary movies. Play some scary games.
Ooh yeah.
I think I'm gonna get around to playing Outlast this year. I've been avoiding it, and fucking there were some years where it was like, yeah, I'm gonna play it, and I just fucking don't because like other shit comes out.
I've been putting a lot of thought into playing Soma finally. I might be playing Soma this year.
I heard it's not so much like jump scary, but more of just disturbing.
Yeah, that's kind of what I want. There is a mode that you can straight up turn off the monsters.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
Because they realize that's why people play this game is the atmosphere and not necessarily
Being
the monster
chased
side.
And shit, yeah.
Yeah, but I want to play it in its original incarnation, unless that gets in the way of me actually enjoying it. And then I'll just turn off the fucking monsters. But yeah, play some scary games. There's a lot of good scary games.
I would probably turn off the monsters just so I could just get spooked. Get spooked just by the environments and the story and all that.
Mm-hmm. There's a phenomenal Giant Bomb series going on right now because it is October. 6 scary frights, where Abby Russell is going through and playing VR games, and the most recent one is the Paranormal Activity PSVR game.
Oh Jesus!
And it's so good because she's so jumpy and none of their technology works. So it's constantly them fighting the technology and her just shitting her pants at every turn. It's great. It's great.
Jesus Christ.
Because it's not a particularly good game.
Right.
But yeah, play some scary games. Have some fun this weekend. We'll talk to you next Monday for news.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good one.
See you later.
Bye.